What's up, everybody? What's up? What's up? What's up? Um, we're gonna look at this thing right here. Man who killed rappers. King Von, Pop Smoke, Nipsey, things like that. It's a real tragic. Once somebody, it started from Tupac and everything, what Marvin Gaye and people like that. Basically, you know, it's really tragic. They're about to be out there. Nipsey been there for a while, so but it's tragic. But y'all watch it with me.
Music years ago that I see come past today. And I'm a firm believer of speaking things into existence.
Same here, brother.
I'm a firm believer of, you work and the universe gives back to you. I'm a firm believer in that stuff. You feel me? In the law of attraction, of course, and God as well. But I'm a firm believer in the law of attraction.
Someone once said that being a rapper is an extreme sport, and we're tempted to agree, seeing how a lot of them have been victims of avoidable deaths in the last decade. We have lost so many of them who were killed for things as minor as a war of words or just to establish dominance as gang members. In today's video, we'll be talking about some of these men who killed rappers in these tragic events. From killers of Nipsey Hussle to Pop Smoke and other fan-favorite rap artists, here are the top ones on
Let me turn this off. All this stuff for these things.
our list. Before we dive in, make sure to give us a like on this video, and if you would like to join this month's giveaway of a brand new iPhone 12, then all you have to do is subscribe to the channel and watch this video until the end to find and comment the hidden message. Good luck! Number 8. XXX Tentacion. When everyone woke up to the news of the death of XXX Tentacion in June 2018, there was enough shock to go round. It hit the community big time as no one saw this coming, and he was one of the best rappers in recent times. And yes, no one saw it coming because he was
Hold on, let me. I didn't really send this out to everybody. Oh, you edit out. Put this little picture on that for y'all. Yeah, man. Right here. Some piece over here. I should like that. On this one. All right. All right.
was killed by Dedrick Williams and Robert Allen. One thing that was worse than listening to the news about it was watching the horror show live through the surveillance footage. This video, which is spread quite far, showed how these two men carried out the murder on June 18, 2018. The young rapper had first gone to the bank to withdraw some money. The aim was to check.
Sorry, guys, I gotta broadcast this out. You know, ain't nobody will be like, oh, I don't know what happened. I don't know what's going on. Where I'm at. I saved that. Oh, come on. Yeah, I saved it. I don't know. I didn't do it. I don't know. Guess you can't say what you already have progress in. Okay. All right, Link. Hey, y'all better stop fighting. I'm bored, bro. I don't know why this going slow. All right, let's go live. Go again. Okay. All right.
Check out some vehicles at River Motorsports in Florida. But as he was leaving, an SUV trailed him and followed all the way to the shop. These men in the vehicle.
All right. Now, I was kind of messed up. Now, they already was plotting on it. You know, the boy death.
Some money. The aim was to check out some vehicles at River Motorsports.
Right here. These two. They killed this man.
In Florida. But as he was leaving, an SUV trailed him and followed all the way to the shop. These men in the vehicle even got out to buy a couple of things in the shop, like regular customers. As soon as Tentacion got back into his car, the SUV effectively blocked him from moving out, while two other men, Trayvon Newsom and Michael Boatwright, got out of the vehicle. XXX.
But that was messed up. This dude hauled ass. That was my homeboy. I don't know. I'm different.
Tentacion was left to struggle with these men. Finally, they shot him multiple times in the neck, made away with a bag full of money, and quickly fled the scene. Sadly, the shots were fatal enough to kill the fast-rising rapper. Eventually, these men were caught and charged with first-degree murder and robbery with a deadly weapon. Number 7, Nipsey Hussle. Another victim of gun violence that shook the entire rap community, Nipsey Hussle, was one rapper who was loved by millions of people. He had a thriving fan base and hits after hits. Sadly, he didn't make it past March 31st, 2019, which started like any other day. He was signing autographs and happily taking photos with tons of fans outside the Hyde Park strip mall. This is the same area where he owned a couple of businesses, including a Marathon clothing store that saw a lot of foot traffic. He had only spent less than an hour there when Eric Holder came in with a few others. There was no altercation at first, as the men shook hands and held a brief conversation. This took a turn for the worst when Hussle told Eric Holder that word going around the street said that Holder was a snitch. While no one loves being called a snitch, Holder took it a little too seriously. He left in the car and came back with a gun in each hand. Without thinking twice, Eric Holder shot Nipsey Hussle more than 10 times. Like this wasn't enough already, he kicked the bleeding rapper in the head before running off. There was a really slim chance that Nipsey would survive that, and he didn't. He was declared dead at the hospital while Eric pleaded not guilty to 2 counts of attempted murder, 1 count of murder, and 2 counts of assault with a firearm. Number 6, Ray Gouda. Like in Nipsey Hussle's case, this also started with an argument, this time inside a corner store. We really need to know what's up with people and their fragile egos that think a gun solves everything, even minor arguments. Ray Gouda was while Eric pleaded not guilty.
Killed that, kicked the man in the head. Now y'all hear that? Kicked the man, shot him 10 times, kicked the man in the head a couple of times, and then, of course, all that shots and everything like that.
2 counts of attempted murder, 1 count of murder, and 2 counts of assault with a firearm.
That's crazy.
Number 6, Ray Gouda. Like in Nipsey Hussle's case, this also started with an argument, this time inside a corner store. We really need to know what's up with people and their fragile egos that think a gun solves everything, even minor arguments. Ray Gouda was shot by 27-year-old Devontae Xavier Johnson, who turned himself in for killing the rapper on July 26, 2020. Ray Gouda, whose name was Ramon Gouda, was shot in the groin at the store on West North Street in Canton, Mississippi. Ray Gouda was quickly rushed to University of Mississippi Medical Center, but he didn't make it past the next day. Funny enough, no one really knows what the argument was all about. Still, we lost an excellent rapper for that one. Number 5, King Von. 26-year-old King Von was caught in the middle of a gunfight outside Monica Hookah Lounge in Atlanta. He and a group of men got into an argument with another group, which turned into an all-out brawl. Unfortunately, what started that night as a celebration of Boss Top's birthday ended with blood and tears after King Von started jumping Quando Rondo. Then, Timothy Leaks, a friend of Rondo's, got out his gun and shot at King Von. According to surveillance footage outside the club, the men drove away in a white vehicle while a black one quickly drove over to get King Von to the hospital, where he was declared dead. Timothy Leaks may claim that it was done in self-defense, but he did kill a rapper. Number 4, Kent Won't Stop. If the other stories had...
Wow, that's crazy. That's crazy. That is crazy. That is crazy, bro. Sad and crazy, dog. Too many good rappers and whatever, man. Too many leaders dying and everything like that, man. That's crazy. That's crazy, yo.
Do you suffer from anxiety, feeling irritable or moody, forgetting little things, or feeling overwhelmed and isolated? Don't worry, we've all been there. You're probably stressed out. Stress isn't always a bad thing. It can be handy for a burst of extra energy and focus, like when you're playing a competitive sport.
Yeah, I have
to speak in public. When it's continuous or chronic, the kind that most of us face day in and day out, it actually begins to change your brain. Chronic stress, like being overworked or having arguments at home, can affect brain size, its structure, and how it functions, right down to the level of your genes. If you're feeling stressed out, unable to focus, or just plain burned out, give Cortigon a try for 30 days. It'll lower your stress and give you a calm, clear focus, guaranteed, or your money back. Click through to read Cortigon's reviews about how effective it truly is for lowering your stress naturally, and how well it's already worked for thousands of men and women around the world. Hi, my name is Christopher Walker. I'm the co-founder of Unzu and Duke-granted Neuroscience, and I want to talk to you right now about the perils of not properly addressing your chronic stress. Stress begins with something called the hypothalamus pituitary adrenal axis, or HPA axis for short. A series of interactions between endocrine glands in the brain and in the kidney, which can...
I don't know. My quality is the camera.
Haven't made you super sad by now, then this one definitely will. It's a classic backstabbing case where a trusted friend becomes an enemy. This is what happened to rapper Kent Won't Stop, and his friend Robert Avery Coltrane is sitting right at the center of this tragedy. On On October 17th, 2020, the rapper was reported missing by family and friends. His longtime friend had come over to the house like any other day. He met Kent Won't Stop's father, and the men told him that they would be driving out. The father didn't see anything to it and never realized that it would be the last time he would see his son alive. A few days after reporting him missing, the rapper was found dead in the trunk of his longtime friend's car. And get this, he was already decomposing, with multiple gunshot wounds showing that it was a murder. It may not have been discovered if Robert hadn't gotten caught in a car crash in South Florida that caught the attention of the police. They noticed the foul stench coming from the trunk, even while it was raining heavily. Robert was taken in as soon as the police figured out what was going on. Number 3, YNW Juvie and YNW Sack Chaser. YNW is a rap group run by YNW Melly, who is charged for the deaths of rappers YNW Juvie and YNW Sack Chaser. The real name, Jamel Demons, this rapper had taken to social media to mourn the deaths of Anthony Williams and Christopher Thomas Jr., real names of the YNW members who had been killed in a drive-by shooting in 2018. Later, the police announced that it had been no drive-by shooting, but all staged by none other than YNW Melly. Melly is no stranger to jail times and crimes, as he has had a run-in with the law multiple times. The police claimed that he drove around with the 2 victims for a while before heading to the hospital to claim that they had been involved in a drive-by shooting. Considering how Melly had come off as broken by their deaths, even talking about it on stage during a performance, this is lower than an oil well. He is facing 2 counts of first-degree murder. Number 2, Pop Smoke. Pop Smoke's tragic death started with a terrible mistake. The rapper accidentally leaked his home address on Instagram. When a group of young 83 Hoover criminal members from the South Central saw that the rapper was in Hollywood Hills, Los Angeles, they invaded his rental home. These gang members even had 2 minors involved, including one known as Tiny. Others were Keondae Rogers, Corey Walker, and Jaquan. 20-year-old Pop Smoke died in February 2020 from the fatal wounds sustained through multiple gunshots from these men. He was a member of Republic Records label and doing quite well for himself before these men killed him. Number 1, Mac Miller. Some would argue that Mac Miller was killed by 2 people, himself and Cameron James Petite, while others insist that the burden should be on the one who set him up to his death. However, the fact is here that Cameron James Petite had his name written in permanent ink in the list of men who killed rappers. He sold laced drugs to Mac Miller in September 2018, 2 days before Mac died of an overdose. Mac Miller had requested a painkiller, Oxydone, but Petite gave him a counterfeit version laced with fentanyl. It was a combination of alcohol, cocaine, and fentanyl that led to his tragic death. Although Mac had a history of drug abuse, and it was public knowledge that he was trying to give it up, his close associates claimed that he was winning the battle and only slipped up once in a while. Sadly, he did lose the battle. And that brings us to the end of today's video. Which of these deaths did you find the most painful to endure? Were any...
He slipped up. It's all it takes is to slip up one time, you know what I mean? Like, come on, you know? That's crazy, you feel me? You know, dude slipped up, whatever. I don't know, that's crazy, and it's kind of like tragic to the other people. My condolences to the rapper families, what they you know, what they go through, and then, you know, it's really sad, bro. You know what I mean? I don't want none of my kids to go through some crap like that. And they, you know what I'm saying? They got up there, they famous, and next thing you know, they get killed. I don't think I could take that. You know what I mean? All right, let's look at something else. Beef of the 2021.
Biggest rap beefs of 2020. Who doesn't love a good rap beef? For as long as the genre's been around, rap beefs and fights have been as enthralling.
Now listen, this is the biggest rap beefs, whatever. Did y'all ever heard about the um? You ever heard the beef between Vin Diesel and The Rock? That's crazy, right? That's crazy. Yeah, man, it happened.
Falling a part of hip-hop culture is the bars themselves. Whether they take the form of raging Twitter fingers or epic diss tracks, hip-hop beefs in 2020 are prevalent among rappers at all levels of success. These epic feuds will undoubtedly make you want to break out the popcorn. So here are the biggest new rap beefs of 2020. Before we dive into this list, make sure to leave a like on this video. And if you'd like to join this month's giveaway of a brand new iPhone 11, then all you have to do is subscribe to the channel and watch this video until the end to find and comment the hidden message. Good luck! Number 10. Young Chop versus 21 Savage. Starting off with a short-lived beef that turned out bad for one side, we have Young Chop, who decided that he was going to get things started after starting some out-of-nowhere beef against 21 Savage. Chop used his Instagram to get on live and create unnecessary drama with 21 Savage. Chop had a lot to say, including a story he told us claiming that he had 21 Savage scared and running away from him at his studio. The truth behind this was never proven, but things took a more entertaining turn after Young Chop went back on Instagram to record himself riding through 21's hood looking for him. Along with some other dumb decisions made by Chop, the result of this ended up with him behind bars, with 21 on the outside laughing about the entire situation. Number 9. French Montana versus Young Thug. The list of back and forth between these two rappers is a long one, so we're gonna do our best to condense this beef. This intense drama all started when French Montana claimed on Instagram that he had more hits than Kendrick Lamar. If this is true or not is open to debate, but as far as this beef is concerned, this is what opened the can of worms. Apparently, Young Thug took offense to this claim. And
Hey, I wanna give a shout out after this video. You know, not really. I'm gonna give it to y'all now because y'all are more important. You know, I'm not technically I'm not here for the outsider of walking outside. Come here, y'all my family, whatever. You know what I mean? It's like I could connect with y'all. You know what I mean? This is how I can express myself out to the world. I just want to thank the 10 subscribers that basically looking at the channel, who supporting me right now. The 10. Now this is the beginning of the YouTube and everything, and I just love it. I just love it. You know what I mean? It ain't like I'm going anywhere with this. You know, like I'm gonna just stick to this. I love it. I love y'all. You know, straight up.
Responded to French. However, French didn't like the way Thug came at him and took to Instagram again to post a pic of Thug wearing a dress, and Thug responded by saying that French blocked him from social media and claiming that it wasn't him in the pic. Then a lot of accusations came from both sides. This beef is petty and a lot of talk, and even if it eventually cools down, we can pretty much assume these two will never be on good terms in the future. Number 8. Mace versus Diddy. Back in the mid-90s, Mace and Diddy were on top of the rap world. Today, they're feuding over publishing rights. In an Instagram post, Mace blasted Diddy over his speech at last year's Grammy Awards, particularly the part where Diddy said that he wanted artists to take back control of their work, and that he's now the artist. Well, Mace has something to say about that, criticizing Diddy over his past business practices, and how he still has his publishing rights from 24 years, and only giving Mace $20,000 for his work. Well, Mace wants his publishing rights back, and he also claimed in the Instagram post that he offered Diddy $2 million to buy the rights to his music. Well, Mace claimed that Diddy insisted that he match a European, who was offering him more than what Mace was putting up, and he felt pretty insulted. It remains to be seen if Diddy answered back, but what we know so far is the relationship between Diddy and his former partner in crime is soured. Number 7. T Grizzly versus Royce. During an appearance on The Breakfast Club, Royce said that he asked Eminem, one of the greatest rappers of all time, to hold off on a video that would feature both Grizzly and Royce. During an appearance at The Breakfast Club, Royce said he asked Eminem, one of the greatest rappers of all time, to make a video featuring both Grizzly and Royce. Grizzly was puzzled by the decision, turning to social media to convey his opinion of Royce, who would have asked Eminem to postpone the position he took. Some Reddit users have wrote that Royce didn't diss Eminem, but it seems as if the damage has already been done. Number 6. Stormzy versus Wiley. Across the pond in Great Britain, two of England's biggest rap artists, Stormzy and Wiley, are having a battle that's growing so epic that the O2 Arena may be the perfect battleground to see who really is the king of rap in the UK. Unlike modern-day rap beefs, this rivalry actually began in the studio, with Stormzy tweeting that he would battle Wiley on any station he wanted, and would bury him for all the UK audience to hear. Wiley appeared to have enough, firing back in a session of tweets, saying things like how Stormzy was only talking because he was out of the country. Wiley accepted the challenge, so stay tuned, because this is getting real. Number 5. Lil Pump vs. TJX6. This beef began how a lot of rap beefs start, stolen flows and territory. First came the flow, in which TJ claimed that Lil Pump took his flow in bars, even going as far as to claim that Pump was afraid that TJ would blow right past him. Lil Pump responded in a still-up Instagram video, saying that TJ is playing with him, and insisted that all his flows and bars were his, not copied from anyone else. Oh, and for good measure, Pump also insisted that he was the king of Miami, which threw a ton of salt on the wound of his beef. Number 4. Joe Budden vs. Jay Electronica. The beef began on Budden's podcast, in which after listening to Jay's new album, Budden laid on much criticism for Jay's album. The criticism didn't hit too well for Jay, who sent a tweet in response, saying that he never heard about Budden's albums. After that, the beef began to cool down, with both expressing love to one another, and an old video surfacing of Jay and Budden actually hanging out. In the same article, Jay even mentioned that he actually respects Budden for how he keeps it real. It's safe to say this beef, while hot for a while, has finally chilled. Number 3. Royce da 5'9" vs. Yellow Wolf. Yellow Wolf went on Instagram recently to announce that he was dropping the new You and Me video soon, which was filmed at the Fillmore in Detroit. In the caption, he managed to get a little dig at Royce da 5'9", saying that the numbers do lie, and telling Eminem to get his hype man before the Wolves do. If you thought Royce da 5'9" would leave this beef sit cooling in the oven, you would be far mistaken. He hit back at Yellow Wolf in the comments, saying that he could remove him quicker than he deleted this post. So stay tuned, because it's becoming interesting. Number 2. Nicki Minaj vs. Meek Mill. There's been bad blood between Nicki Minaj's ex Meek Mill and her current husband Kenneth Petty for a while. On February 5, 2020, Minaj took it to another level after seeing that Mill had liked a meme making fun of her new husband. She posted on Instagram that he's a clown. She also posted a photo of Meek looking down at his phone, covering his face with a clown emoji. Not surprisingly, Mill did not take this well. He hopped on Twitter to lob his own accusations at Minaj. This continued with more tweets and more accusations from both sides. Their relationship may be over, but it seems that this beef isn't going anywhere. Number 1. 6ix9ine vs. The World and Meek Mill. When it comes to this beef, there's no other way to put it, other than 6ix9ine versus everyone. Because there's not just one rapper that 6ix9ine is in a conflict with, but instead a long and endless list. He holds the crown as the most hated rap artist in history, starting endless drama with so many different rappers that it's hard to keep up. But if we had to address one specific beef, it would be the one that had the most activity. Throughout his list of enemies, the one rapper who seems to be the deepest involved would have to be Meek Mill. Let's be honest, Meek Mill has made it his sole life purpose to end and discredit 6ix9ine. Like Snoop Dogg, Meek Mill doesn't forgive snitches either. Unlike the case with other artists, 6ix9ine has been gentle with Meek Mill. He hasn't had a lot to say about him. However, when the opportunity presented itself, he dragged Meek Mill through the mud. He showed no remorse when it came to throwing shots at Meek, and the constant back and forth seemed to get into Meek's head after he posted a somewhat settled tweet in which he threatened 6ix9ine's life. This is one beef that does not seem like it will be ending anytime in the near future. Meek has his hands full with Nicki on one side and 6ix9ine on the other. Them being friends just makes it worse for Meek, and who knows what the future holds with this triangle of drama. Good luck to Meek Mill on this one. And with that, we end today's video. What was your favorite rap beef from today's video? Is there any others that you would add to this list? Let us know your thoughts down in the comments below. Make sure you subscribe and give us a like. And don't forget to...
Let's see this right here. You know what I'm saying? I gotta see this. Gots to see this. Have to see this right here. Y'all give me a second. Hold on. Okay.
Want to save my
NBA Youngboy, or Youngboy Never Broke Again, is one of the young rappers tearing it up in hip-hop right now. But just how much do you know about him? In this video, we'll tell you 8 things you didn't know about NBA Youngboy. Before we get into this topic, don't forget to leave a like on this video. Also, if you'd like to join this month's giveaway of a new pair of AirPods, then all you have to do is subscribe to the channel and watch this video until the end to find and comment the hidden message. Good luck! Number 8. NBA Youngboy used to cut grass before he became a superstar. Can you imagine that? NBA Youngboy cutting the grass around your neighborhood? Cutting grass in the neighborhood was the first job he ever had. We don't know how dedicated he was to the job. One thing we know for sure is that cutting grass wasn't his dream job. Number 7. Talking about dream jobs, the second interesting thing about him is that rapping was his dream job. Yes, I know, that isn't a very interesting fact. Wait for it. The interesting thing is that unlike other rappers who were inspired by superstar rappers, NBA Youngboy was inspired to start rapping because of his mother. His mother used to rap as well, and she inspired him to start rapping at the young age of 7. Obviously, it was the right dream to chase. Number 6. A 20-year-old is without a doubt a young boy. However, just how young would you say a 20-year-old with 4 kids is? Definitely not a young boy. At the very young age of 20, NBA Youngboy already has 4 kids from 3 different mothers. Although he didn't seem to be interested in having more kids anytime soon, he shared a video of himself grabbing a pile of condoms. But now it turns out number 5 is on the way. He seems to be a good father overall, but he might want to pump the brakes on the baby train. Number 5. He's not the type to allow negativity to hold him back. When he was in jail at the young age of 16, he didn't give up on life. Instead,
sorry about that. At least I kept the video going. I had to change my son. Full-time father.
He used the time wisely to write raps and concentrate more on his music. After his release was when he dropped a project that really took his career to the next level. He also used the time to read, which is a very wise thing to do for someone who dropped out at 9th grade. Number 4. He is the rap king of YouTube. NBA Youngboy used YouTube to first release his tracks, and this was one of the main factors of his success. He now ranks as the most watched music artist out of all genres. This is a huge accomplishment, and to add to this, he spent over 100 weeks on YouTube top artist list, being viewed over 8 million times per day. To add to being the king of YouTube, you could also say he's the king of tattoos. This doesn't come from the tattoos on his body, but from other people who get tattoos of NBA Youngboy on their bodies. Not only have multiple girls, including 2 of his ex-girlfriends, tattooed his face or name on them, so have other rappers. Bad Baby being one of these rappers, and Kevin Gates being the other. It's not often you see a rapper so young being tattooed on others in the industry. Number 3. Even though he's still very young, he's had a turbulent life. He grew up with his grandmother because his father was sentenced to 55 years in prison. Soon after he dropped out in 9th grade to focus on his music, he got arrested, and he was sent to a detention center. Not long after he was released, his grandmother died of heart failure. It's been tough for him. Number 2. Have you ever found yourself wondering where he got his scars from? Perhaps you think it's from his past criminal activities. You're wrong. He got the scar as a toddler while roughhousing with another kid. In what was an attempt to emulate a wrestling move, the boy broke Youngboy's neck. Oops. Youngboy was unable to move his neck, and he had to be rushed to the hospital. To help his neck heal fully, he was put into a halo brace. A halo brace involves drilling the skull of the patient, and that left a permanent scar on the face of Youngboy. To throw a physical fact into this list before our final secret, NBA Youngboy is only 5 foot 8 inches tall. To some people, this is not a big reveal, but to others it might be surprising. When you see videos of NBA Youngboy, most would never guess this was how tall he is. His appearance on video makes it seem like he has a few more inches on his height than he really does. I don't know about you, but this was a surprise to me. Now let's finish off this list with number 1. He has herpes in his blood. This might not be a secret to some, due to the internet attacking him over this. He used his song Can't Be Saved to talk about his struggles with herpes, a disease that his girlfriend also claims to have. Many believe that he doesn't truly have herpes, and he's just trying to use it to get attention, which is the only reason he chose to speak about it. Others believe that he chose to speak about it instead of keeping it to himself, because he doesn't want anyone to use it against him in the future. We may never know what's truly the case, but he has definitely received a lot of backlash and harassment over this reveal. There you have it, 10 facts you...
Man, come on, young boy. I don't like your music, but... Buddy got pushed around too many times. Even with Kodak Black, I believe. All right, what we gonna watch here? What we gonna watch here? Let's see. We got it. But y'all want to see something scary? I already been looking at some scary, crazy stuff like that. Let me see. Let me see what I have for my options here. Well, let's look at this. See if this
Mate, what's up? It's really weird on the back of my head. It was like an obscure sensation.
What's that?
Like
Mate, it's full on in
the
there.
camera's
like pressure and something else.
It seemed like surely not let my damn thing look natural.
I can't explain it. It felt like it was going to pins on wheels, and it kind of like changed into something else. I never had anything like that. Felt really weird, but it wasn't like in like a bad way of
See this? I don't know. They
to what I was feeling.
just the internet is kind of messing up. I don't know.
Well, that could have been obviously the blows to the head.
Mate, I've got a bit of a headache now, man.
Y'all hit this subscribe to them and hit the like button. But I'm gonna get out of that one. Ooh, let's let Mr. Bowler or something like that. Mr. Bowler. He got some good stories. Oh man.
Today, I'm going to share three little-known, ridiculous backstories of three very famous people. And the last. Today, I'm going to share three little-known, ridiculous backstories of three.
It went back to that. Wow. The heck is going on?
Today, I'm going to share 3 little-known, ridiculous backstories.
There we go again. I don't know why it keeps showing auto. Oh, matter of fact, let me see something. Hallucinations. What's the difference? One of these. Come on.
Today, I'm going to share 3 little-known, ridiculous backstories of 3 very famous people. And the last one has a very satisfying ending. But before we get into today's stories, if you're a fan of the strange, dark, and mysterious, deliberative story format, and you come to the right place because that's all we do, and we upload 2 or 3 times every week. So if that's of interest to you, please replace the like button's Shroot Bucks with Stanley Nichols. Also, please subscribe to our channel and turn on all notifications so you don't miss any of our weekly uploads. All right, let's get into
See, I don't know what's wrong with this thing.
today's stories.
Oh man, I hate this.
In 1971, a 19-year-old Irishman named William began studying.
Sorry guys, I'm about to end this. I don't like that. And plus, I always want the best quality for y'all. I don't like this. It says good, but I don't understand that. Like, oh man, I'm just in this right now.